All right, I think we're all ready. Gosh, that was a challenge. It's called being technically challenged thanks to Facebook stuff. Anyway, so everybody, again, today is our superhero success story. As you guys know, we're all about positive affirmations, healing, transformations, getting to the root issue of all disease. Today we have Katie. It's going to tell her success transformation. And sometimes when we do these interviews, we kind of go off on tangents, and I'm probably going to try and not do that with you. But you want to just kind of start off by telling everybody your name, what your profession is, and how you met me, because this particular interview that we're doing is about breast implants. So kind of covered that a little bit, how you met me, talk about your journey and how you found the groups and all of that good hooky holla. Take it away.
All right, so my name is Katie Preece. I'm a licensed myomasologist. I am so glad that I can join the now success stories of recovering from breast implant illness and associated diseases, I guess we could say. So let's see. I got breast implants when I was about 20 years old. I had lost about 200 pounds. Wow. And I went in, so I take you some pictures. So I went in to get all that skin removed, and I wanted a breast lift. And the surgeon was like, you're not going to be happy with the appearance of your breast unless you get this small, safe saline implant. You were going to make you look so beautiful, and you need to get this or you're not going to be happy. And I was already spending so much money, and I went ahead and I did it, after a lot of going back and forth about the safety, and she assured me they were safe. So anyways, fast forward, a couple years go by, and it was like I was just getting chronic health conditions, flare-ups, would happen, like my gallbladder went, I was having gut issues, and, of course I never associated it with the breast implants.
Right.
Fast forward to I got into a very serious car accident and my breast implants ruptured. And then you have, the symptoms just got so worse. Before the accident, they started to say, okay, well, like your ANA is elevated, there's some kind of autoimmune issue going on. I started to have chronic sinus infections. I was, going from doctor to doctor to hospital, trying to figure out just like what is wrong. I knew something was wrong. I started to get, I don't know if the skin issues came until after the accident, but when I had the car accident, everything that I was going through was magnified by about 100. And it was like I was dying. Then after that, it was a tough road. I've been through a lot with these implants. So after the rupture, now see, my implants were saline. And so they tried to tell me like, oh no, like this is not the reason that you're ill, because saline is safe. So if it ruptures in your body, you're safe. Right. So no one wanted to remove the implants. So by this point, I had become disabled. I hadn't worked. I wasn't able to generate money. I was beginning to be very helpless. I was confused. I was getting multiple misdiagnoses. And nobody seemed to have the answer, and nobody was saying it was my breast. But then I started to have like imaging done where I'd have like, they put me through a mammogram, which you're not supposed to put somebody through a mammogram if they have a busted implant, but they did it anyways. They did it twice actually. So when I would have the compression, I would notice like how deathly ill I would get. So I'm like, listen, I know it's what's inside my implants coming out and it's making me ill, So then it was just like trying to find the doctor who would believe me, and just trying to piece together all these health problems, because at this point, it wasn't an isolated issue. It was systematic. It was all over my entire body. And that's probably about when I met you. And I was a very, very sick woman at that point. I was crying out for help. My family was very confused about what was going on. They did not understand. And my whole support system just collapsed. It was very, very sad. I mean, I really lost everything and had to hit rock bottom before someone reached down and helped me. And I was able to get my surgery and get my implants out. So, I mean, they went through everything. I believe that I take the implants out. Nobody wanted to pay for it. I couldn't pay for it. My credit was screwed. I couldn't get the loan to pay for it. I mean, I was dying of a man-made disease, and they were just watching me die.
So let me interrupt for a second, because I'm probably gonna have to pan out that last clip. But when you met me, because I've been doing a lot of interviews, when we met, I want to kind of talk about that a little, because when you met me, the whole point of these groups and what I educate people on is we all were sick from these implants. We found groups, and some of us were actually kind of banned from these groups because we really wanted to help do more advocacy. Long story short, when I met you, did you send me those pictures with your stomach? Because I want to talk a little bit about that, because when you met me and you had all of those issues, I want to kind of talk about that a little, because what I want to get to at the end of the video is the virus that's happening. And the whole point I want to talk about this and be transformational is because people like you and I, and everyone knows, you know, I had cancer, renal cell carcinoma, also Epstein-Barr and Lyme. We're talking about viruses, and the coronavirus is a multitude of everything that we've already had. That's at the end of this video. But what I'm trying to explain to everybody is, like, these implants, this is how we're heading in the future. It's about implanted devices, and we're educating the masses, and that's what this is about. Taking out those adjuvants, whether it be Bill Gates' new vaccine for whatever he created. We're trying to educate the masses because we've already been through this. And I'm not displaying anything with the virus, because that's my whole other fear agenda stories thing, okay? And I'm not disrespecting doctors, because we do need them to do surgery. But obviously, this isn't their arena, and that's what we want to talk about. So can you focus a little bit on the issue when you met me with your stomach, and then how we started really getting to the root issue, because the MFTHR, the Lyme, the Epstein-Barr, you know, it's all connected with the adjuvant. So can you cover that a little bit?
So first, I want to say in 2017, I went to an oncologist, and I knew because of the weight loss that I had, I did have that weight loss surgery, I cannot absorb iron. So I did have an iron issue. I went to this oncologist and rheumatologist, and here I think I'm there for iron. And he makes my daughter leave the room, my, you know, like 8-year-old daughter at the time, or 10-year-old daughter. And he's like, you know, she doesn't need to hear this. And he looks at me and he says, "You understand why you're here?" And I said, "Yeah, you know, I understand why you're here. I'm thinking I'm here to get iron, you know?" And he's like, "Miss Preece," he's like, "people in your condition either have advanced HIV or cancer." He said, "You don't think you have cancer, do you? Or you don't think you have HIV, do you?" And I was just like, oh my God. So, I mean, of course, then I know I don't have HIV, and we ruled that out. So then I think I have cancer somewhere in my body. No one will biopsy. I have lumps. My hair is falling out. So it's all these symptoms combining on top of each other. My stomach started to, now one of the doctors I went to told me, okay, well, you have a sensitivity to wheat and rye. And along with the severe anemia, which will cause bloating and gastrointestinal issues, so my stomach started to blow up. My periods were irregular. No doctor could tell me what was wrong. Right. You know, I thought, well, I either have an alien or I have some kind of like alien baby growing inside me. Like, something is growing inside me, and I'm either going to have a baby or I'm going to die. Right. Well, the fact was I was really about to die, but I mean, so yeah, there was so much gut issues and issues going on in my stomach. But my whole body, it just wreaked havoc in my whole body. And it was like, my body was freaking out. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hopefully that kind of covered a little. Once I got the iron under control and the nutrition under control, those symptoms, and then of course the breast implants out, all the pieces really have come together. I mean, I have made such a miraculous recovery. And it was just, I can't even, until you experience it, you can't even really like describe it. I was on death's door. Compared to where I am now, I mean, it's a miracle.
So we want to talk a little bit now about the groups. And when you came to the group, specifically with me, you know, we kind of resonated a little bit together, because after I did the podcast, because you were an advocate, affiliate, adamant advocate for your working out stuff, because you're into the fitness like I was. You know, we're both care people, so we both have gone to school for that. We both are into fitness, you know, stunt double. You're not kickboxing, I forget what it is. But the point of my story is, when you came to the groups, what I'm trying to educate people on with the masses is it's always been about prevention. Whether I've had cancer or breast implants or root canals, when you came to the group, I want you to tap on a little bit about what these people could learn from joining our groups, because it's not just breast implants. And that's what I said. After the cancer for me and the breast implants being removed, there still was root issues like getting to the Lyme disease, the co-infection.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm trying to tap on that, since you and I are in the same arenas. You understand.
You know, ultimately, I think that what we need to take from this, and what people can probably learn by joining a group like this, is how to, for one, love yourself and take care of yourself, and how important the self-care is, and what you put into your body is what you're going to get out of your body. And when we put any kind of synthetic or foreign material in our body, you know, that there's a possibility for our body to react against it, and most likely it is going to react against it, you know. Right. And just, it's really made me a lot more aware of the toxins that we're subjecting ourselves through in our foods and in our environment. And just, you know, we have to be more aware of those things. Like I said, we have to really treat our body like our body is a temple, you know what I mean? And we need to just really focus more on loving ourselves and taking better care of ourselves. And I think that the body is an amazing vessel, and it has an amazing ability to self-heal if we just give it the right ingredients. So I know a lot of the issues, for like a lot of the right things for me, I wasn't really fortunate enough to just have the funds available to get some of like the testing for the heavy metals and things like that. But you know, I've done a lot of work on myself, a lot of work on sensory awareness, and bringing my mind and body together, and just focusing on, like I said, only putting good things in my body, because what you put in is what you get out. And there's multiple ways that, you know, you can detox and you can assist your body in this process, but it will happen naturally over time. And I think that one big thing that was really important for me was like magnesium, making sure that I have enough magnesium, because that's something that we're real deficient in. And when we're stressed out, our magnesium is depleted. You know, it's depleted in our food supply, and it's like an essential mineral that we need. It's like vital to our function, right? So there's a couple things like that, you know. We need clean water, we need clean air, we need vitamins, and we need minerals. And if we give our body those things, we have this amazing ability to heal. So if you were going to give one thing to someone watching this that still has implants, because, you know, like even with this new issue with the virus, we already know in groups that this has been happening probably since the 80s, because we research things. So what I'm trying to explain to people right now with this big pandemic fear-based agenda is breast implants. So if I was going to give them any advice, this is what I would say, first of all, go to althealthworks.com and read my article about the placebo effect. Did a lot of research about it. Not only have I experienced the placebo and the nocebo effect in my life, it is real. It is how science measures the power of the mind over the body.
Right.
And in every kind of clinical trial we do, we measure the placebo effect, and the nocebo effect is taken into account. And there's always a group that receives a placebo, a sugar pill, and they get better just because they think they're getting an effective treatment. And the placebo effect is super powerful. Our thoughts have the ability to keep us well, and our thoughts have the ability to make us very sick. And that's what I want to anybody who still does have implants, because right now, I mean, people can't even get an elective surgery, so we're kind of stuck. I know there's probably women right now that are literally on the edge of death with their implants that were wanting their surgery that can't get their surgery now.
Right.
This is like a major thing, and if I might not have made it. You know what I mean? Like, because I was so toxic with those implants, my body was just so overwhelmed with trying to function that I could not handle any more outside stress.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I mean, like, physically or mentally, because people don't take into account, once again, like what the mental really does play on your body. So yeah, just you got to stay positive. And I would say that you've got to take time out to love yourself, to start loving yourself, and to start working on yourself every single day.
So probably the last thing what a lot of people have asked me, because everyone asks me how I do it, and I just do it. I say Wonder Woman isn't a fictional character, it's a mindset, but could you give them 3 things that dramatically have changed for you after Explant? We already know there's about 12 different symptoms that go away, but specifically for you, and that's why I want to pan in the pictures with your stomach, because when you came to me at that time, I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah, I was like, I was 6 months pregnant.
And I mean, so can you just give them 3 awesome things, symptoms that, whether it's in your labs or not, that completely just disappeared for you, that have given you your quality of life back? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was having constant, overwhelming headaches. That's definitely a big thing. My cognitive function was just not there. It was like the lights were on, but nobody was home. I was literally driving places and getting lost. So my just the ability to function up here, you know, and also obviously like the extreme fatigue, and I was in a lot of pain. I had a lot of shooting pains. I had a lot of numbness in my arms and legs, and it really interfered with my ability to do anything. I was to the point where I was disabled. Couldn't get out of bed on a lot of days. And so yeah, I probably just named more than 3 things, but those things are what definitely stood out to me most.
I'm back to working out now, because I know when we met, I forget what you were, remember those?
So I'm a mixed martial artist. I've been practicing jujitsu. I've been practicing jujitsu though for about 5 years now. And I've practiced a couple other things, but jujitsu's been my main thing. And I've become a big advocate on teaching women and children self-defense.
Awesome.
So that's something that I enjoy. But yeah, I'm definitely back to my martial arts. Yeah. And back to doing what I love. And I'm busy. I'm working again. I'm cooking. I'm taking care of my kids. I'm going to the park and I'm playing with them. And, you know, it's great. It's like I really am able to appreciate life again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to add before we end the video for anyone that's watching? If you could give somebody one thing to have them become their own superhero, because that's what this is about right now, especially with the issue we're talking about right now, is becoming your own superhero advocate. What could you give them to have the strength to get through this till they can get to their explant?
Just that Jedi mind tricks are a real thing. Your mind has amazing power over your body, and if you just stay positive, and things are gonna work out. Stay positive and be your own advocate, and when you know you're right, don't back down.
We want to thank you for your time, and we want to tell everybody out there, remember our breast implant group and our charity SuperHairoes. We want to thank you so much for giving us your awesome success story. By the way, your hair looks amazing.
Oh,
Look at your hair.
you.
It looks so thick. And
Thank you.
I can't wait to.
It's back.
It is. Look at it. It's so thick. So thank you so much.
It was falling out by the handfuls, so thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm glad that I could, like I said, become a part of the success stories now. So thankful. So talk again soon.
Have a great day.
Bye.
See you
You too.